Having a fantastic morning, as fantastic as my hair. Hope you're all well. I had a bit of a rough, super busy time this weekend, so I actually didn't stream. I apologize for that. Hopefully, it won't happen again at the busy time at the non streaming. Um, so, what I want to do today is I want to talk about reviews, okay? Um, and I'll show you what I'm doing on Scrivener right now, which is, about how to process reviews. Now, um, this matters a lot, and what I want to share with you, if you're senior scholars, but if you're junior and you're really working on papers, um, then this this may be something that you haven't experienced yet. But the reality is that reviews are really hard. If you the only time when reviews don't hurt is if you basically follow a pure R strategy on papers, which means that you publish a bunch of papers with a bunch of people where you do an important part but a small part of the work, um, and if one paper doesn't publish, the other one will come out. Okay, now I this was the super beginning of my academic career. Even before my PhD, I had several publications. And yeah, I mean, fine. You know, uh, I read the reviews. Fine. Next paper or next revision of this small paper. Um, but that's the only time. Okay. If you, like me, are mostly a single author in your papers, or if you work with one or two other people and you do a lot of the work on the paper, if you have papers where you have a huge stake, like, you know, I have, just because of my pipeline structure, I have one or two top journal papers at the time, and if one of those papers did not get through, it's a huge setback. 'Cause, again, I have the smaller papers that you know drip in, but and plus, I mean, uh, these are papers that I love, that with ideas that I think are worth fighting for. Um, and if I don't succeed, it's in one of these top papers. It's one idea that normally I've been working on for several years, that I really care about, that does not see the light of day. Even if that paper eventually gets published in a or category one journal, like, Jesus, man, I mean, um, it's it's just bad. But for me, the worst part about reviews is, and this happened with a recent review that I got from a top journal, where in that review, one of the reviewers said, and I don't remember, but I think the associate editor agreed, that I did a straw man, and this is a sexist name, straw person argument in the theory, and that just like killed me, completely killed me, because a straw man argument is just like such a noob mistake. I mean, it is so bad, so bad. And I've been doing this for. My first piece was published in 1999. I wrote it in 1998. So I've been doing this for 22 years. And I still, you know, after working months on a paper, I still write something that can be interpreted as a straw person argument. Man, that's just like I just like really got depressed. Really got depressed on that. I mean, just like I couldn't write for a week. I tell you, I could not write for a week. I almost took a week off, just doing teaching and administration tasks. But I was, I just felt like, where's the progress, right? 20 years consistently writing. Where's the progress? Okay. Yeah, it was rough. I mean, and you can tell yourself, you review it to whatever. I mean, I still wrote a piece of text that could be interpreted, even if the reviewer was nasty, which, I don't think it's the case. Still, 22 years, still, I pull something like this off. Anyways, I'll share another story because this may resonate as well, and I think it's important to share here. Um, the I had a paper from my thesis that I haven't published yet, which was the paper that I thought would be easiest to publish. I mean, I still find the idea so compelling. I still haven't given up on the paper, but I just want I don't have many top journals left to send it. I found the idea so compelling, so obvious, a powerful theoretical contribution. I was like, and I submitted that paper to AMJ 10 years ago. And I got a revise and resubmit from AMJ. I was like, wow, man, a revise and resubmit from AMJ. And I remember reading to this day. I still remember like where I was because I was reading these letters on my cell phone, and I was on the street going to work. Still remember to this day. And I read the reviews, and they were so difficult. What they asked was so difficult, was so beyond me that that I broke down in tears. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I broke down in tears because I felt, I had this amazing chance to publish in MJ this idea that I believe so much in, and I just felt at that moment that I just couldn't do it. It was beyond the what the review team was asked wasn't like ridiculous. It was like things that a human being cannot do, but it were things that I could not do. And it was rough. I have to say it wasn't a super happy ending, but it was a happy ending to that part of the story as well, which is, I just did what I've been telling you to do, which is I just sat down and write. That's what I am. I'm a writer, and that's, and if there's one thing that I learned in all these years with rejections and publications and revise and resubmits, is that you need to trust the process, and you need to focus on what you can control. You cannot control reviewer number 2. You cannot control anything but the process, right? So that's what I did. I had my little cry, then sat down and wrote. Okay. Now, part of the sitting down and write is doing what I have here to show you, which is I won't post this because this is an ongoing revisor submit. I may post something from a published paper later. But basically, what I have here is a set of comments copy pasted from the review letters arranged in a structure. Okay, so basically I have this divided between major issues and minor issues. Okay, And the distinction for me is like major issues are massive rewrites. Minor issues are either small rewrites or edits to the paper or clarifications. Um, and so I have major issues, minor issues, and then I have them by section of the paper. So introduction, theory, methods, results, and conclusion. And I have them numbered, in order of the sequence of the paper. And then, what I do here is I take out any evaluative message, anything that makes me feel bad, like straw man argument, okay? The word straw man argument, straw person argument, okay? I turn the review letters into a neutral to-do list. That's what I do, okay? Now, I'll be honest with you, it takes me some time to even open review letters. Sometimes it has taken me a month to open a review letter. So I just quickly glance and just like hold it away. Now I'm on a week. Normally I can open it in a week, and then it takes me a couple more weeks to do this, because it's like, it hurts. Basically, it hurts. But that's part of writing. It's not unique to people that write research. People that I have a bunch of friends that write fiction, and they hurt as well. A lot of their own punishment is self-inflicted, but still, I mean, ours is as well. But yeah, it hurts. So yeah, and then basically I begin to work to do a paper outline from this, think about it, and then outline the paper according to what I think needs to be done. Okay, so that's basically it. Just make sure that you turn your review letters into a to-do list. I find it helpful to have it organized in order of the sections of the paper, or if there's like major work to be done, so high risk, revise and resubmit. So in order of this is the major thing, like if you need to reframe the paper, and then these are major things, but it's it's more work than major rethinking. And then I just work from here as I revise the paper. But then I get back to write the letters to reviewers. I get back and and I go to the review letters, of course. Okay, so that's basically the technique. That's basically the strategy. A little bit more of a personal stream today, but I think it's important to share. Because many of us go through this same situation, and it just helps to know that it's not us, it's the business. Having said that, I wish you all the best in your papers, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.